Controversy circled the city of Fullerton and its police department following the death of transient Kelly Thomas, allegedly at the hands of officers. An independent investigator was brought in to look at the case, and reporter Michelle Kim was there at the city council meeting when he presented his findings.
It's a case that put tensions between police and the public near the boiling point last summer. The death of a homeless and mentally ill man named Kelly Thomas at the hands of Fullerton police officers. Two of those officers now face charges. Manuel Ramos pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder. He is also charged with involuntary manslaughter and excessive force, along with Corporal Jay Cicinelli, who also pled not guilty.
This is an attempt to begin the dialogue and to provide insight and transparency into some of the issues that have been circulating.
Now, more than 6 months after Thomas died of his injuries, Special Investigator Michael Janacco addressed a packed city council chamber, issuing the first of 2 long-awaited reports on the conduct of Fullerton police officers in the case. He briefly addressed 4 points. The first is that FPD officers were responding to a call made by a woman who named Kelly and said he was acting suspiciously in the Fullerton bus station parking lot. Some in the community said police were targeting Thomas because he was homeless.
The caller is recorded as stating that the individual was, quote, roaming the parking lot, quote, looking in cars, and, quote, pulling on handles.
The second point concerned possible stolen items in Thomas's backpack. Janacco concluded that the backpack and its contents were accidentally left at the station and found by Thomas. There was no way for FPD officers to know that. Point 3 addressed the release of Thomas's booking photo from a 2009 arrest. Video footage of the photo showing a shirtless and haggard Thomas was deeply disturbing to the family.
None of us believed that it was Kelly at all, and that was the whole controversy. And even Janacco told me earlier that they didn't think it was Kelly. It just didn't look like him at all.
One of our recommendations on a going forward basis is to develop policy in which the factors that I have talked about be thought about, be considered.
The special investigator was sharply critical of the department for releasing inaccurate information concerning broken bones suffered by officers in the incident. It turns out there weren't any.
It clarifies enough to me that Kelly wasn't this big, strong criminal guy that broke officers' bones.
Well, it's a good thing he's somewhat vindicated. You know, his name should be cleared at this point.
Another point Janacco addressed is what to tell the public in the wake of a tragedy like the death of Kelly Thomas. First, he says, get the facts straight.
That doesn't mean, and I do not advocate clamming up. You need to be servicing the public in a way of getting information out. That's not the messaging that I intend to create here. But what I do intend to create is make sure you get it right, because if you get it wrong, all kinds of inferences can and will be drawn.
Janacco will be issuing another report in April. Meanwhile, Mayor Pro Tem Pat McKinley, Councilman Dick Jones, and Don Bankhead are facing a recall election. This is Michelle Kim reporting.